Welcome back. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi announcing fines for Congress members who refuse to comply with her new security screening protocols.
Our next guest says this is political correctness run amok. Joining us live, ranking member of the Committee on House Administration, Illinois Congressman Rodney Davis. Congressman, thanks for being here. Here's the statement from Nancy Pelosi. Quote, many House Republicans have disrespected our heroes by verbally abusing them and refusing to adhere to basic precautions keeping members of our congressional community, including the Capitol Police, safe. Your response?
This is political correctness run amok, Todd and Jillian. I mean, it's pretty right coming from Nancy Pelosi and the party who wants to defund the police to accuse Republicans of not wanting to respect the police. My question to Nancy Pelosi and to Steny Hoyer is and has been, where is the threat, the known threat inside the Capitol? There is none. And what's happened? It's taken valuable resources and rest time, time that our officers could spend with their families after last week, and it's putting them in front of a chamber where there's no credible threat instead of out on the perimeter of the Capitol complex where the known credible threats are, or giving them a chance maybe to spend a little time with their families.
So here are the new House security screening protocols, and you have to pass through the metal detectors outside of the chamber. You have to wear a mask while entering and in the chamber. Failure to comply. The first offense is a $5,000 fine. The second offense is a $10,000 fine. I want to get your reaction to this tweet from Congressman Don Beyer, who says, quote, regular Americans have to go through a metal detector when they enter an airport. They don't scream and whine at police officers or have to be restrained. Children across the country have to do this to get into school, and they handle it more maturely than members of Congress. Your response to that, because I do think for the average American who might not have spent time in Congress and don't really know how this operates, they might have questions. Well, why is it that difficult to go through a metal detector? So what do you say to the average Americans at home who might think that?
You know, they're right. It's not that difficult. And we, as Republicans, we will always comply because we're the party of law enforcement. We really respect our police officers. I went through metal detectors to get onto the House floor every single time since they've been put up. But it's a lack of communication from the majority when installing these metal detectors. They didn't consult with us. Why? Because this is nothing more than political theater. We have metal detectors all around the campus that everyone can walk through. Why the show and the feigned indignation going onto the House floor? And why take resources away? Why take resources away from where the real threats are going into this inauguration, which are not in the Capitol on the second floor around the House chamber? If this threat was inside the Capitol, don't you think the Senate would be doing the same thing?
So to be clear, you feel this is like an extra layer that is more for show and not for necessity, correct?
Absolutely, 100%. That's exactly what I'm talking about, Todd and Jillian.
All right.
This is something so that they can try and create this narrative, this false narrative that somehow Republicans don't respect our law enforcement officers.
Okay. Congressman Rodney Davis, thank you for joining us, sharing your opinion on that.